TYT is partnering with participant media to help solve the climate crisis. Wouldn't that be great? Now look, you got to check out our series, 10 Days of Action, to learn more about what you can do to make a difference. And go see an inconvenient sequel, Truth to Power, in theaters in New York and LA on July 28th and nationwide August 4th.
Researchers now believe that it is possible for those who are suffering from Alzheimer's to retrieve their memories if their minds are stimulated in certain ways. Now, this new study looked specifically at mice that have a similar condition regarding their memory. Now, to give you a little context into Alzheimer's, researchers have found that what causes Alzheimer's is the buildup of a sticky protein substance in the brain. It's an amyloid beta protein, that's what it's called. And so researchers realize that, some Alzheimer's patients will suddenly remember things from their past if they listen to music or if their minds get stimulated in certain ways. And so they kind of started off with that point, and then they started looking at mice to see if there's ways that they can stimulate mice and retrieve some of their memories. So let me give you the details of their studies. Now, the Columbia scientists carried out their experiment on 2 sets of mice, one with the Alzheimer's-like condition and the other with healthy brain cells. Both groups were actually genetically engineered so their neurons glowed yellow when new memories were created and red when old memories were recalled. So they exposed both sets of these mice to a lemony smell, then gave them an electric shock to kind of scare them when they're triggered by that smell. A week later, they tested these memories by releasing the same lemon scent. Okay, this is where things get super interesting. While the healthy mice froze in fear, half of the mice with Alzheimer's disease did not, because they couldn't remember that lemony smell. And the neurons that glowed red were not in the same place as the yellow ones, unlike in the healthy mice where they overlapped. So then the researchers were like, okay, now we need to find a way to stimulate their mind or their brain in a certain way so they can remember things. And here's what they did. When a blue laser was shown down a fiber optic cable into the brains of the mice with Alzheimer's, stimulating the part of the brain where the memory was stored, they froze, indicating these memories had been revived.
Damn.
Bananas.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to scream, #science. I love science. People who are against facts and knowledge, I pity you. I pity the fool against science. All right, secondly, I'd like to say I'm a little bit like the mice. You know what happened when as you're telling the story, I'm like, ooh, lemon scent, that sounds really good. And then you said they got zapped, I was like, oh shit. Okay, right. Anyway, I'm a silly, silly man. Okay, now focusing on the really interesting revelations here. So science actually done some great advancement in being able to stop Alzheimer's going forward. So that's a different story, and so we think that we've got some new medicine that might be able to prevent it. So that now that medicine does not help people who already have Alzheimer's. So that's already a terrific advance. It's not quite ready yet, but it's getting there. So I love these kind of advancements, that millions of lives it is going to change for years and years and years. Those people are going to live much better lives. So it's wonderful. Now, secondarily, now this tells you the memories aren't even gone. So if you already have Alzheimer's, those memories can still be revived and brought back. Even better, so it's amazing.
That hypothesis has existed for quite some time because, again, as I mentioned, researchers and doctors notice that with some Alzheimer's patients, they'll be triggered by something, right, in a good way. So they'll hear
like a liberal,
like a liberal. But in a good way, again, like they'd hear music and all of a sudden they could recall things. And so it was a good starting off point. And now, through this research, they realized, okay, we can bring back some of the memories of these mice. Now we need to find a way to apply it to humans. So look, this is obviously very good news, but this is just a starting off point. There obviously needs to be more research done and a way to find how this applies to humans.